Hey ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? Welcome back to the Pokemon Sword and Shield walkthrough. My name is Stenodux, and right now we are on part 2, and we are about to go to Route 2 to meet up with the professor to get our Pokedex. So last time we ended up getting our partner Pokemon, that being Grookey, who is named Grookey Kong after, the amazing Donkey Kong. But in any case, we are on our way to Route 2 in order to get that Pokedex, so I've been thinking, if you're a Pokemon trainer now, you must want to try your hand at the gym challenge. Yes, I would. Yes, we're going to take on that gym challenge together. Yes, so we're going to be training along the way, so Hop says. And we're going to, just do our thing. So, as you guys can see, the scope of this is absolutely beautiful. At this point, the camera is not free moving, but it is. You are able to move the camera freely in the wild areas. Alright, it's time to fill in our teams a bit. Alright, now they're going to teach us how to catch Pokemon, which, if you're a veteran like me, who, like I said last video, I've been playing since Red and Blue, I know everything about Pokemon, for the most part. I don't need to know how to catch a Pokemon. I mean, I already know how to catch a Pokemon. But my boy Rookedy, I can't wait till we catch him because I'm going to be playing him probably in both playthroughs, honestly. Because like I said, I am doing a main playthrough on top of this, and I'm recording this as well. But it is a great Pokemon, and I'm very, very excited about it. So, and he didn't even weaken the Wooloo, which would not work for me. Most times, if you throw a Pokeball at something, you need to weaken it first. So, pretty unrealistic, I'd say, Leon. What a great tutorial. Wonderful. Awesome. All right then. So let's continue. So let's start with the boy Rookedy. Let's get one for ourselves. What a great Pokemon. We're gonna use Grookey Kong. Rookedy has the ability Unnerve. We're going to catch this Rookedy. I want to make sure we get one with a decent nature. Not that it really matters all that much, but it does help. Ooh, but we're actually gonna take some hits because, unfortunately, that is a flying type. So actually I have a better idea. Let's run away for now. And let us catch something that might be able to take them on a little better. So let's get a Squabette, right? Might as well catch one anyway. Alright, so we're going to use our Branch Poke. Ooh, that doesn't do as much damage as I had wanted it to. Bite's going to do a decent bit of damage, but we've got potions. We've got plenty of potions to make sure that we don't faint. At the very least, though, this is not a randomizer Nuzlocke like you guys are used to watching from my channel, so I don't have to worry about things actually passing away. Or passing out. Passing away sounds terrible. I mean, that is what happens in Nuzlocke. If it faints, it's dead. Alright, so one more Branch Poke, and then I'm going to throw a Pokeball, unless he uses another Tackle, and then just to be safe, I might use another Potion. Okay, he uses a Tail Whip. Still a little scary, but I think we can do it. Alright, now let's see if we get this. Nice. And that, my friends, is a capture. First capture of the playthrough, which is cool. Grookey learns Taunt. And now we're going to nickname this Squabette. His name is going to be... Actually, I was going to name it Alvin, but it's a little bit chubby. So we are going to name it... Ooh, am I spelling Theodore right? Theodore. I have to be. If I didn't spell Theodore right, then please do criticize me. I accept it. Alright, let's put Theodore in the lead so we can take out a what's it called? A Rookidee. Couldn't think of the name. Okay. Let's see this Rookidee. See how well it stacks up. Theodore. That has to be right. If that's wrong, I'd be very disappointed. Alright. So let's use Bite. Better chance of it getting of it flinching if we hit it first. Which I think it's faster, so it's not going to matter all that much. Alright, and then that's going to do it. So now we're going to throw our Pokeball. And that's going to do it. It's not a good nickname for this. I'm trying to think here. It's a female, so what would be a good nickname for... It's going to be Armored when it evolves. Ooh, maybe I can name it after a character from Seven Deadly Sins. Oh, I know. I believe that's how you spell Jericho from Seven Deadly Sins. Let me just double check that real quick. And that is indeed correct. Cool, that's awesome. Yeah, Jericho is a character from the anime Seven Deadly Sins, one of my favorite anime of all time, probably my favorite anime of all time. It's got a lonely nature. I can see why. It have a lonely nature. Not too many great natures for these Pokemon, but that's okay. It's not like we're playing at a too competitive level, so that's going to be okay. Alright, so let's continue onward. So we already caught some Pokemon, we caught 2, which is pretty good. And now we're going to see our first trainer, which is going to be cool. Well, with the exception of already battling Hop. But we're going to throw Grookey in the front. We're going to have him in the front lines. We're going to have him taking out all these Pokemon. We were challenged by youngster Jake. Shout out to my buddy, my buddy Jake, who lives in DC and might be watching this video in the next few days if he gets time. Normally we run into youngster Joey, but I guess they decided to change it up. And then if we get a crit, that would be nice, but I doubt that we would. No, I didn't think so. I was going to use a Tail Whip. But we're going to be able to take it out next turn anyway, so I'm not worried whatsoever. And the nice thing is, every Pokemon does get experience, which is pretty cool, depending on how you look at it, because it does make things a tad bit easier, but I don't think it's enough to really make it terrible and obnoxious. So, what Pokemon is that? Is that Yamper that's coming out? It might be. I'm not too sure actually. I don't know if he showed up on this route or not when I was playing through this initially. But there is another trainer here. We're going to beat her real quick. Last Lauren. Alright, Lauren, show us what you got. You got a Choodle, which is the pre-evolution to Dreadnought, who was officially revealed in the trailer way back, which is cool. It is pretty cute. I did end up playing with him a little bit. He is a full water type, and I do believe when he reaches to Dreadnought, he is Water Rock, I believe, which is pretty cool. Let's go with another branch poke. I got the PP for it, so. Yeah, but Grookey's putting in the work. Grookey Kong, excuse me, which is awesome. Still love the nickname. Actually loving all of these nicknames for all of these Pokemon. Definitely making sure I am prepared for these nicknames. And now we got one more youngster who's going to want to challenge us. And we've got youngster Benjamin, who's going to send out Blip Bug, which is a very, very, very weird bug Pokemon that I am not particularly a fan of. Alright, but what I'm going to do... Ooh, Jericho's actually pretty low. So what I'm going to do... I'm going to use a potion on Jericho. so I can switch into her. Okay, I knew it was going to be kind of real close, but I didn't think that it would be strong enough to damage me all that much. So let's go right into Jericho. I'm going to use Peck to take him out. Ooh, one hit. Super effective. No surprise there, of course, but still pretty cool. And everybody levels up. Jericho earns Hone Claws, increases attack and accuracy. I did not switch this battle setting to set, which I will do next time. I do like, it's not that it's too challenging, but it makes it so it's a little bit easier to kind of go through, and most times I find it too, I'd say too much to take advantage of when you can just switch into something that you know will have an advantage over something that's about to come out. So I think it adds not just to the challenge, but adds to the fun of what actual Pokemon is. And everyone's going to level up. Again, everybody gets experience, which is pretty cool when you look at it from a certain standpoint. But real quick though, I'm going to go into these. All right, so we're gonna set the text speed to fast as well. And with that, I believe that's gonna do it for all that we want. Save the settings, and then we're good to go. So, believe that. What is this? Oh, is that yeah, okay? That's the Pokemon we just saw. That's Choodle. I don't know if I quite... Ooh, actually, we need to run away. Because we are low on health. I'm not thinking about getting Choodle in this playthrough. But, alright. So, here is, you guess it, the Professor. Who, if we can be reminded of her name, because I know she's got a, not too complicated, but a little bit intricate, a little bit unique. Magnolia. Mongolia. Oh, goodness. Magnolia is going to invite us into our home. Nothing better than having an old woman invite her guests inside. I just hope she has cookies. So yeah, they're talking about Dynamaxing and how it's a phenomenon that they're not quite sure about yet in its background. Similar to Mega Evolution. So now they're talking about how we can be endorsed as trainers, because in this region, as I was saying, it's more of like a competition, where it's like My Hero Academia. There's characters who are, you know, trying to be the best of the best, and to do that, they basically make a sport out of it. Kind of like scouts in football and stuff like that. Okay, so now what she wants is they want us to show them a battle to see if we should be endorsed or not. Which we're going to do, and we're going to beat Hop into next week. Alright, so I'll lead, I forget who he starts with, but I will lead with Jericho. I have a pretty good feeling about using Jericho for the first fight. Alright, Hop, you ready? Of course, let's do this thing. Told you, Hop, you ain't got nothing on me. Hop's got a Wooloo. And I've got my Rookidee Jericho. Alright, so let's actually use a Hone Claws, increase the attack. And then we'll use a few pecks and we'll take its health out. Tackle shouldn't do all that much. Okay, now it only does 6, so we should have enough time to be able to take it out before it takes us out. Okay, so yeah, one more peck's gonna do it. Actually, now might not because it did use Growl. Let's try one more time. Okay, it did end up working that time. Wonderful. Alright, so now we got Sobble. I'm gonna try it because I think we might be able to do a decent bit of damage. Ooh, it actually did a decent bit of damage to us instead. Alright, so that's a good sign to switch back into Grookey Kong. So let's use our nifty little branch poke and take it out in almost one hit, but it was already weaker, so it's okay. Alright. That's going to do it for him. And then who do we got next? Is that it? This one he had one more. A bit closer, but that's not exactly my sort of match. Okay, that's what I thought. He has one more. He's got his own Rookidee. So that means we gotta switch out. So let's actually put Theodore to work. Might as well at this point. Use Bite. And then if we get a crit, we only have to do one more bite, but we're probably gonna have to do 2. That's what I thought. Now let's go into a tackle. And that's gonna take out the Rookidee, which is awesome. Sweet. He even got his Pokeball throw perfect. Well, it looks like you were focusing too much on that you didn't focus on the battling. Seeing a match like that, I suppose I have little choice but to give you both the endorsement as champion. Which is pretty cool. So he decides, even though I was the one who won and Hop lost, he decides to endorse us both because we both show promise of being very talented and powerful Pokemon trainers. But I'm going to be the better one. That's just how it is. I'm going to be the better one. Hop off. Absolutely. We're going to train together, although I do not want to be traveling together. And then Shooting Star landing right next to us. They're called Wishing Stars. Basically Shooting Stars, but they decided to call it Wishing Stars. Now it's a key item for us. A stone found in Galar region with a mysterious power. It's said that your dreams come true if you find one. And that's going to be used to help us Dynamax our Pokemon, which is actually a pretty cool mechanic. At first I was a little bit iffy on it, but after playing this game a little bit, it actually ends up being pretty interesting and pretty unique. Yes, save your energy, Hop. Seems I came back home right in time for all the excitement. And here's Sonia, she's back seeing her grandma. I'm gonna have some dinner, you must be hungry, right? I've been totally obsessed with making the latest trendy curries. Which is another cool thing, you can apparently make curry, which I have not tried yet, but I do anticipate trying it at some point. It's morning at last, and time for our adventure to truly start. So Hop's going to be telling them about the mysterious Pokemon that we encountered. A right fount of information you are. And now she is going to give us our Dynamax bands. Which is literally like our Z-Move band or whatever it's called. Or wasn't it the same thing in for Mega Evolutions? I believe it was. I think it was like a Mega Evolution band or something like that. So Hop's very excited. You know, I guess my character's pretty excited. Granted, he's pretty, you know, nonchalant about the whole thing. Legend of My Reign is about to begin. Come on, Ren. I'll beat you to the station. Alright, Hop. You probably will, because you got a head start. Alright, are my Pokemon healed is the question. They are. I'm liking this so far. I'm glad that I picked up Grookey Kong for this playthrough. He's got some great advice for us. You know, see Pokemon wandering about in the tall grass? If you move slow like and crouch down, this Pokemon won't pay any attention to you. If you whistle, you'll be sure to catch their attention. If you're a bit rubbish at whistling, just remember this. Need a fail-proof trick? Press the left stick. Huh. Too bad I'm using a GameCube controller, and that doesn't quite work on those. Which, playing this game with the GameCube controller is pretty neat. It does feel like I'm playing Pokemon XD again, which is awesome. Which is one of my favorites of the Pokemon series, actually. The Pokemon GameCube games were incredible. There's that Fox Pokemon. I think it's like Nickit or something. Oh, look at that. Here he is, Yamper. Well, we gotta switch out of Jericho, though. So let's switch into Grookey. That way I don't get absolutely annihilated by a potential Nuzzle. And if I do, it's gonna paralyze Grookey, but at the very least it won't be too damaging. But she uses Tackle instead. So we're going to use Branch Poke. And there's that Nuzzle I was just explaining. So one more Branch Poke, and then we'll throw the Pokeball, unless we get hit by this, or unless we get affected by the paralysis, which does end up happening. So let us use our Branch Poke once again in attempts to. Okay, still paralyzed. That doesn't change, I guess. And hopefully, third time's a charm, where we can actually fight through the paralysis. And we do, and we use the Branch Poke. But please don't get a critical hit, because I do want to catch the Hamper. We don't kill the Hamper. Yeah, it's definitely Hamper, alright. I definitely want to throw my clothes in it. Alright, let's use the Pokeball. And that is a catch. Grookey Kong grew to level 11. So, Yamper is a Corgi, but when it evolves, it doesn't quite look like a Corgi. It is a puppy Pokemon. But there is a puppy I'm going to name this after because it reminds me of a Golden. And this is going to be a reference to a dear dog that I hold close to my heart. And, her name was Winnie, and she was my grandfather's Golden Retriever, and she was the perfect dog, and I will never forget her, and that's why I love Goldens. So, I would have named her Chloe after my fiance's family's Golden, but I needed to pay tribute to. Ooh, actually, that is a good. So that yellow aura actually shows if there's a very special version of a particular Pokemon. It might have better stats and it might have a hidden ability. So that is why we're going to be catching this. But in any case, Winnie is the reference I'm going to go with because I hold her dear to my heart still. And rest in peace to my grandfather. Alright, so we're going to use one more peck. Then we're going to see what this Rookidee has got going with him. If he's got like his own ability, like a unique ability, if his stats are just better. Let's see what happens. I am going to have to nickname it now, though. Unless I decide not to, because I don't keep it in my team. But if it's got good abilities, then there's a possibility that I end up going with him. If he is a bird, armored, I actually have a good one for this. It's going to be a reference to Assassin's Creed. I'm going to reference Ezio because birds are heavily a very big aspect to the Assassin's Creed series. You gained 140 W. Alright, so what's so great about this? Keen Eye. Actually, that's got a different ability then. Yeah, look at that. Keen Eye prevents other Pokemon from lowering its accuracy. And what is its nature? Quirky nature. Okay. Well, we'll figure out which one I decide to go with, Jericho or Ezio. We'll figure it out as I go. There's another Dreadnought pre-evolution. There's that Fox Pokemon. It's okay. I saw its evolution. I'm not too much of a fan of it. Oh, and ran into this blip bug, which I can't stand at all. I think it's a silly Pokemon. Although I haven't seen its evolutions. Actually, no, I think I've seen... I think it's Eldegoss? No, that might not be it. Oh, okay. I was going to try to catch it, but Peck was super effective. I don't know why I was surprised at that, but I was, so... Okay. Now we're going to make it back to the town, Wedgehurst. I gotta remember a lot of these names. A lot of these are very unique and different. Found a revive. That woman was waving at us. Hello there. Come on, Rain, don't ever beam me to the station at that pace. Who is he waving to now? He wasn't even facing my direction. Come on, Hop, what are you doing? Alright, so we're gonna heal up the Pokemon. Alright. Alright, so here are the boxes. They do look a little different. We're gonna put Theodore in the box. And should we keep Jericho or should we keep Ezio? I'm going to wait on that and I'm going to decide. I'm going to check their natures, see who's better, and see who I feel like going with. I might go with Jericho. Not quite sure. So yeah, we're going to make our way to the train station. A real special one. And look how many you caught. I got TM40 Swift, which is an attack that never misses. Now we get to go to Motostoke. Motostoke, I believe. Okay. Not quite fast, you two. Not quite so fast. Sorry. And here are our mums. Not our moms, our mums, which I find a lot of difficulty saying because I'm not used to saying mum. And they're going to give us a set of camping gear, which is how you can interact with your Pokemon in this game. You can actually get a lot of cool, unique perks through it. You can actually level them up this way. And I believe you can collect various different items as well. But in any case, we are off to continue on our adventure, or my adventure, which Hop, I guess, is still traveling with me on. This is exactly what I meant by, it really feels like you're traveling with Hop, and I don't particularly like that. But just like everyday life, people just sit on their phones while across the table from each other. And they're checking out Pokemon. There's a cool Panguro and a Pancham there. There's a lot of cool stuff you can do in the wild area, which you guys will see next time. But it is really cool. It's probably my favorite aspect of the game. It's open, you can see so many different kinds of Pokemon, and it's a very unique experience. So we had to stop, unfortunately, because of a flock of Wooloo. A herd of Wooloo. Did I say flock? Did he say flock? I could have sworn he said flock, and that's why I said flock, but that was completely wrong. So before I end off today, guys, though, if you talk to these trainers here and you have save data for Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee on your Switch, you can actually get those Pokemon. And they have the ability to Gigantamax into different forms, which Pikachu has the ability to Dynamax into a chubby Pikachu. Which we're not going to nickname them. We're not going to actually be playing with them in this playthrough. All right. And with that, yeah, you guys can see here, they come at level 10. Genders are random, but they have this little thing next to their names that shows that they can Gigantamax. Not great natures, but that is why there is the ability to change natures if you wanted to use them at a competitive level, which I do believe that competitive Dynamax Pikachu, Gigantamax Pikachu is going to be absolutely incredible. Guys, again, thank you very much for tuning in. I do appreciate all the views and everything. If you're brand new, please do subscribe. I have new Pokemon Sword and Shield content coming out almost every day. I'm trying to find a good schedule for that. But yeah, please do leave a like. Please do comment on stuff I can improve on, stuff that you liked. You know, all that feedback is appreciated and definitely always taken into consideration. So guys, take care as always. Happy gaming.